we have Courtney Jacobson.
Opportunity to go first. Before I start, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been involved in creating the Princeton Prize and putting on the symposium, because I can honestly say the last 2 days have been filled with some of the most amazing experiences. All of these people, all of the adults that I've had the opportunity to meet are just so inspiring and amazing, and I think that events like these are just so very important, and it really, for me especially, just helps validate the work that we're doing and the people we're doing it for. And so for my presentation, you all have our bios, so I decided that I really want to talk about what got me started doing this work, because I think that, we've all done these projects and they're all great and amazing, but I think, especially for me, what interests me most is what really makes you passionate about what you're doing, because I think that if you don't have that one thing that makes you tick, you can't keep doing this work. There has to be a driving force, and so I'm going to talk a little bit about what my driving force is. During my high school U.S. history class junior year, we read an excerpt from Jonathan Kozol's Savage Inequalities, which discusses the inequity in America's school system along race and wealth. In the piece we read, the author illustrates the physical barrier of wealth, a canal that separates two pieces of St. Louis, Missouri, which are connected only by a bridge. The terrible poverty and pollution that occurs solely in East St. Louis, the part of the city primarily inhabited by African Americans, shocked and horrified my classmates and me. We questioned how this terrible inequity could actually exist within mere feet of each other. While reading this excerpt, however, I was reminded of my own city with similar demographics and geography. I live in San Rafael, California, a moderately wealthy city amidst a very affluent county. Through my city runs a canal, 7 repeats from the larger city. This piece has become known as the Canal District and is mostly populated by Latin American immigrants and those of Latin American descent. While the wealthier population of the county relies heavily on the canal community for labor and services, that same population cringes and complains at the thought of interacting with the other side, especially when it comes to schooling its children. This divide has become increasingly apparent in recent years as heated immigration issues spurred violent ICE raids, mainly in the Canal District. While the white population did exhibit some resistance, most stepped aside and allowed immigration and customs enforcement into our city, preferring to follow the law than be ostracized for protecting immigrants in our community. In the 7th grade, I began volunteering at the Canal Alliance, tutoring middle school and high school students, helping them with their homework and learning English. After volunteering with the organization for almost 6 years, I have developed friendships and working relationships with many Latinos in my community. Through my work, I have learned far more than I have taught, increasing my Spanish-speaking ability to near fluency and broadening my social environment. Although this experience has not come without its challenges, I consider it a privilege to live in the community that I do. While volunteering at the Canal Alliance, leading the cooking project, starting the outings program, and working with Project Lunch, I have brought together youth from both parts of my community, who ordinarily would never have the opportunity to interact. These various projects have created common ground through education, food, and the outdoors to facilitate interracial exchange in my community. And the relationships built between students that I have encouraged in these projects have also promoted racial harmony, understanding, and respect. My hope is that these individual changes will ultimately culminate in institutional and citywide change.